Yes, so the difference between both the terms is that यहाँ पे जब हम वर्चुअल कीवर्ड यूज़ किए हैं प्रिंट फंक्शन के साथ, तो उस केस में जब हम क्या कर रहे हैं, बेस पॉइंटर इसी 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 क्लास के ऑब्जेक्ट से बेस पॉइंटर्स जब हम कॉल कर रहे हैं, व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग that this message or the function in the base class is not called. The function from the derived function is called. Derived class is called. Derived class का जो function है वो कॉल हो गया, क्यों? क्योंकि वहाँ पे virtual यूज़ किया था. But in the second case, in the case of show function, यहाँ पे virtual we haven't used the virtual keyword over here. So virtual keyword नहीं यूज़ किए थे, तो in that case ये क्या हो रहा है कि ये जो base class नहीं था वही same as it is print करेगा. So this was the example. Let's go through the explanation. The runtime polymorphism is achieved only through a pointer of base class type. So that is the BPTR which we have already created in the previous example, that is star BPTR. Also, a base class pointer can point to the object of base class as well as the object of the derived class. So we have seen that BPTR was pointing to print एंड टू शो, ये दो जगह पे पॉइंट कर रहा था हमारा BPTR. And in the above example, base pointer BPTR contains the address of the object D. So the address of the D was stored in the base pointer, and late binding, that is the runtime is done in accordance with the content of pointers, that is the location pointed to by the pointer, and early binding, that is the compile time, is done according to the type of pointer. So here we can see that we are having late binding as well as we are having early binding. So these are two types of binding. The first one is for runtime and the second one is for the compile time. So late binding is done in accordance with the content of pointer, that is the location pointed by the pointer, and the early binding is done according to the type of pointer. And since print function is declared with virtual keyword, so this was declared in the base class. virtual keyword में जब हम लोग print पे जब virtual keyword यूज़ किए थे, so it will be bound at runtime, and the output is print derived class as pointer is pointing to the object of derived class. So this is the case why the pointer from the derived class was called, the function from the derived class was called, and so is non-virtual, so it will be bound during compile time, and in the compile time it will call the function of the base class. So there is a note that if we have created a virtual function in the base class and it is being overridden in the derived class, then we don't need virtual keyword in the derived class. Okay, so this is the reason why we haven't added the keyword virtual in front of the print function in the derived class, and functions are automatically considered as virtual functions in the derived class. So यहाँ पे inheritance हो रहा था, so in that case the compiler already knows that there is a virtual function in the derived class. So let's move on to the next topic, that is the pure virtual function. So this is nothing but only we have to do define करते वक्त we have to equate as 0. जो virtual function हम लोग बनाते हैं उसके आगे equal to 0 ऐड कर देना. So that means वहाँ का उस function का there are no definition और no declaration, उस function का कोई काम ही नहीं. So virtual function is not used for performing any task. So it only serves as a placeholder. So we have already seen that जहाँ पे virtual function use किए हैं, तो वहाँ जो derived class का object होता है, जो derived class का function होता है, that is being called. So there is no use of the virtual function in the base class. It is only just like a placeholder. So why to define, मतलब ये placeholder का काम कर रहा है, तो इतना बड़ा definition उसके बारे में हम क्यों लिखें? So in that case, when the function has no definition, such function is called do nothing function. So this is do nothing function, and the do nothing function is also known as pure virtual function. So the concept of pure virtual function comes from here, and a pure virtual function is a function declared in the base class. It is always declared in the base class that has no definition related to the base class. So zero definition, that is there is nothing to be done for this pure virtual function. So a class containing the pure virtual function cannot be used to declare the objects of its own, and such class is known as abstract base classes. सो वे जहाँ पे भी एक प्योर वर्चुअल फंक्शन होता है, जिस भी क्लास में एक प्योर वर्चुअल फंक्शन होता है, दैट class is known as abstract base class. And the main objective of the base class is to provide the traits to the derived class and to create the base pointer used for achieving the runtime polymorphism. So in the case of runtime polymorphism, what we do, we uh, we provide the traits to the derived class and which creates the base pointer or using the base pointer. So the definition of the syntax of the base pure virtual function is virtual void display. यहाँ पे किसी भी फंक्शन का नाम हो सकता है इक्वल टू ज़ीरो. सो जो लास्ट एग्जांपल हमारा था, दैट इज़ वर्चुअल वॉइड प्रिंट, ये था. अब बस इसके आगे हम लोग को ज़ीरो लिख लेना, दैट इज़ इक्वल टू ज़ीरो एंड नथिंग टू बी डिस्प्लेड, मतलब इसके अंदर कोई ब्रैकेट नहीं ओपन होगा, नथिंग टू बी रिटन अंडर दिस फंक्शन. सो लेट्स सी विथ एन एग्जांपल हाउ इट इज़ बीइंग यूज्ड. So has include IOStream using namespace class base. So we are having one class, base class, and inside that base class what we are declaring, we are declaring a pure virtual function, that is virtual void show and equal to ज़ीरो. तो ये equal to ज़ीरो हो गया, that means it is a pure virtual function. और अगर ये virtual void show ही रहता तो that means it is a virtual function, but equal to ज़ीरो results in pure virtual function. So class derived, here I am doing a derivation or inheritance. So class derived public base, and again I am defining a function name similar to that of the pure virtual function, that is so, and inside that I am writing some any text, that is derived class is derived from the base class, and what I am doing inside the main, that int main vptr derived the star vptr. So these are the things which we have to do all the times in case of this virtual function, कि हमें बेस क्लास का एक बेस पॉइंटर टाइप ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना होगा और डिराइव्ड क्लास का एक सिंपल ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना होगा, एंड एड्रेस ऑफ दैट डिराइव्ड क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट, जो ऑब्जेक्ट डिराइव्ड क्लास का था उसका एड्रेस को वी हैव टू स्टोर इन द बेस पॉइंटर. अब उस एड्रेस से हम लोग क्या कॉल करा रहे हैं, वी आर कॉलिंग द फंक्शन दैट इज़ द सो फंक्शन इन दिस एग्जाम्पल, एंड द सो फंक्शन विल give the output related to this one, from the derived class. Why from the derived class? क्योंकि हम लोग यहाँ बेस पॉइंटर से कॉल कर रहे हैं. This is the things which we have to keep in our mind, that we are calling it from the base class pointer. ये base class pointer का object है, but it is showing the object the output from the derived class object. तो ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? So this is just because of this virtual function and the pure virtual function. So in the above example, the base class contains the pure virtual function, therefore the base class is an abstract base class. So the base class is an abstract base class and we cannot create the object of the base class. तो इस base class का हम लोग object नहीं बना सकते because it is an abstract base class. So any class which is having one or more than one virtual function, so that is a pure virtual function, that is known as abstract class. तो इस केस में भी abstract class है, so we cannot create any object. So in that case the output is from the derived class. So that's all for this virtual function and pure virtual function, and hope you all have understood it well, and we will clear all the doubts in the upcoming tutorial class. Till then, stay tuned and thank you.